For the most part, when I post things on Twitter or Facebook and I get some contrary response from somebody, I usually don't respond to it. I usually don't get into that because it usually ends up, it doesn't end up well. It usually ends up with people just sort of like maintaining their polarized positions. They really don't want to look at your point of view, and then sooner or later it usually degrades into name calling of some sort. It's amazing. So I really try to avoid it altogether. But the other day I kind of got sucked into it where somebody was challenged something I said, and I tried to present my point of view. And it's amazing how stuck people can get in their own ideology. And the blinders that they can have on and the resistance they have to seeing somebody else's point of view. This is a big mistake. You need to try to be flexible. You need to try to be open-minded. You need to try to listen and hear an alternative point of view and try to analyze it objectively and weigh it out and look at it from all sides. And then if you still think you're right, fine, then you're right. But at least you looked at the data, you looked at the opposition, and you made a fair decision based upon how you feel, and that's okay. But if you don't look at the data, if you don't look at the opposition, if you don't look at the alternative point of view, and just adamantly go right back to your default position of whatever you're angry about or whatever you're insisting upon, what's the point? What's the point of even communicating? What's the point of the Facebook postings and Twitter postings if it's all just about, hey, I want to say what I think and I don't give a crap what you think and I'm not going to change your mind. I'm just here to bully you and attack you and tell you you're wrong. What is that then? Well, then what it comes down to then is that these social media simply become a sounding board for our egos to just assault other people and express our opinion. And fine, it's great that we're individuals. It's great that you want to express your opinion and express your point of view. But if you engage in a discourse with somebody on one of these social networks, then you should actually be sincere and really try to look at the other person's point of view. So what happened with this thing and with one of these posts is out of a desire to be polite, I said, rather than saying, this is what it is, this is a fact, this is the truth, what I said was, I believe this is what is going on. I said, in my opinion, this is what is going on. And the person, because I said I believe, she goes, well, because you said I believe, that means it's not scientifically based, it's not fact-based, so therefore your entire position is irrelevant. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I got to tell you, it's great to be, it's great to be my age. It's great to be in my opinion, to be a baby boomer who has lived through like everything. For the most part, I mean, I remember when we got the first colored TV, and we've seen the technology. The baby boomers have seen the technology from nothing to everything. I used to, I used to have a typewriter. I used to have a dictaphone. I used to have a record player. We've seen it all. And now the social media, now the internet with downloading movies and music and all this stuff. It's incredible, and the social media is fantastic. It's so great, you can do research in 2 seconds and learn about anything. You can go on YouTube or Google something. You can find out how to poison your next door neighbor. It's terrific. It's yeah. But with all of the technology, with all of these advances, we still, we need to pay attention. We need to be human beings. We need to express grace and humility, calm consideration, honesty and compassion. When if we're going to have a discourse or conversation on the internet in a social media format, be nice, okay? If you can't say something nice, perhaps you shouldn't say anything at all. Or if you need to say something that is harsh or may be perceived as harsh or abrasive, try to temper it by saying, I appreciate your passion. I understand why you feel that way. However, I disagree. First you validate, and then you counterpoint. You validate. I hear you. I hear you're very frustrated about this or that. I hear that you're very angry. I hear that you're very scared. And I understand that. But I think you're misunderstanding the situation. I think you're misperceiving what's going on. I think you're, in a sense, well, you get my point. You try to validate first that, and make a connection first, rather than be abrasive and you get on the on social media and say you're full of crap, that's stupid, what you're thinking is ridiculous, you're out of your mind. That's not a conversation starter. Okay, so if really, and this applies not just on the internet, this applies to every relationship you've got, business, acquaintances, friends, strangers, loved ones. If you disagree with somebody, first say something nice, like, I appreciate you, I appreciate your point of view, I respect you, I like you, I understand you're upset, I hear you, I validate you, however, I disagree, and here's why.